My name is Andre Smith, an unrecognized theoretical physicist. I'm going to dive into the captivating and multifaceted realm of quantum physics. I am filled with a sense of wonder and amazement at the profound impact it has on our reality. It is fascinating to contemplate that, as individuals, we are not separate from the universe, but rather integral parts of the very fabric of creation, composed of subatomic particles that are inextricably linked to everything around us. Furthermore, the way we perceive the world is unique to each of us, shaped by our individual experiences, beliefs, and emotions. This means that we have the power to shape our own reality, not just through our actions and decisions, but also through our thoughts and feelings. The concepts of mental, physical, visual, emotional, time, and probability all play a role in this process, offering endless possibilities for exploration and growth. When I contemplate the fascinating world of quantum physics, I cannot help but feel amazed by its impact on our reality. It is intriguing to think that we, as individuals, are integral parts of the creation and are composed of particles. Furthermore, our perception of the world is unique to each of us, and we can shape our own reality through mental, physical, visual, emotional, time, and probability, visualization, and belief. It's interesting to note that our upbringing and programming can significantly impact our perspective, and children tend to interpret the world differently before being influenced by external factors. One experiment that caught my attention involves shooting particles through two slits, creating a wave pattern on a board. What's fascinating is that even when the particles are sent through one by one, they still create the same pattern. The laws of physics don't fully comprehend why the wave pattern collapses into two lines when observed, but it's a thought-provoking concept to explore. It's remarkable to think that the particles, even when sent separately, remain aligned with one another and generate a wave pattern that eventually collapses into two lines. The pattern created is dark in the middle and gradually lightens up, left or right. Physicists are still grappling with the idea of why the wave pattern seems to collapse when observed and only two lines are visible. One theoretical notion suggests that the two lines don't collapse. Instead, they crunch themselves and compress to make the two dark lines. It's a complex concept to grasp, but it's fascinating to think that particles can behave in such a manner. When we shine a light on the board with two slits, it's interesting to note that the light becomes negative as it travels, and positive because it hasn't come to zero yet. The Glitch in the Code, A Journey Beyond the Simulated Self. This title immediately establishes the premise of a potentially flawed or constructed reality, glitch in the code. The subtitle, A Journey Beyond the Simulated Self, suggests a personal quest for authenticity and a deeper understanding of one's true nature, implying that the perceived self might be part of the simulation itself. This could attract readers interested in philosophical explorations of identity and the nature of reality, particularly those intrigued by the idea of escaping limitations imposed by a system. Unplugging from the Matrix, Whispers of Awakening. The direct reference to unplugging from the Matrix creates an immediate connection to a popular cultural touchstone, instantly conveying the idea of breaking free from a perceived illusion or control. The addition of Whispers of Awakening adds a sense of subtlety and gradual realization, suggesting that this understanding isn't a sudden jolt but a gentle unfolding of awareness. This title could appeal to a broad audience familiar with the concept of a simulated reality and those seeking a path to greater awareness. Reality Rebooted, A User's Guide to Consciousness. This title uses the familiar language of technology, Rebooted, User's Guide, to frame a discussion about consciousness. It suggests the possibility of a fresh start or a fundamental shift in perspective, Reality Rebooted, and positions consciousness as the key to navigating this potentially new understanding, User's Guide. This could appeal to readers who appreciate a more pragmatic or even slightly technical approach to philosophical concepts, offering the promise of actionable insights. Expanding on titles, emphasizing consciousness and personal power. The Awakened Architect, Designing Your Reality. This title combines the idea of spiritual awakening with the active role of creation, architect. It suggests that with increased awareness, awakened, individuals gain the power to consciously shape their experiences, designing your reality. This could resonate with readers interested in personal development, manifestation, and the idea that they are not passive recipients of life, but active participants in its creation. Mind Over Matrix, Claiming Your Power in a Simulated World. This title presents a direct confrontation between individual consciousness, mind, and the potential for a controlling system, Matrix. The phrase claiming your power emphasizes agency and the potential for individuals to assert their will within this framework. This could appeal to readers seeking empowerment and strategies for navigating a world that might feel restrictive or manipulative. Beyond the Illusion, Unlocking the Code of Your Being. Similar to The Glitch in the Code, this title focuses on transcending a perceived illusion, beyond the illusion. However, the subtitle, Unlocking the Code of Your Being, shifts the focus inward, suggesting that understanding one's own internal workings is the key to understanding and potentially manipulating the external reality. This could appeal to readers interested in self-discovery and the connection between inner awareness and outer experience. Expanding on titles. Emphasizing the mystical spiritual aspect, The Whispers of the Source, Awakening to the True Reality. This title introduces a more spiritual dimension, the Source, hinting at a fundamental level of existence beyond the perceived reality. Whispers suggests a subtle guidance or intuitive understanding, while Awakening to the True Reality implies a journey towards a deeper, more authentic state of being. This could appeal to readers with spiritual inclinations and an interest in esoteric knowledge. The Dreamweaver, Consciousness and the Fabric of Existence. This title uses the evocative metaphor of a dreamweaver to describe the creative power of consciousness. It suggests that consciousness is not merely an observer but an active force in shaping the fabric of existence. This could appeal to readers who appreciate poetic language and a more mystical understanding of the relationship between mind and reality. The Quantum Leap, Transcending the Boundaries of Reality. This title draws upon the scientific concept of a quantum leap, suggesting a sudden and significant shift in understanding or perception. Transcending the boundaries of reality implies breaking free from conventional limitations and exploring new possibilities. This could appeal to readers interested in the intersection of science and spirituality and the potential for radical shifts in consciousness.